All right, we're hanging out with Leah Delott, one of the physiotherapists here at Elite Sports Injury. Thanks again for letting us come down today.
My pleasure.
Okay, we're talking about the importance of prehabilitation. What is that?
So basically, it's injury prevention. We're looking at movements, we're doing exercises and strengthening moves and movement moves that will hopefully prevent the risk of injury or future injuries from coming up.
So for people who think, oh, I would only consider a physiotherapist if I was actually injured, how often should we be coming to see you just to get a little checkup and see if everything's okay?
I mean, it depends on the person. You might come to me once and everything looks great and there's not really much of a concern, then maybe you come again in 6 months. But if there's more of a concern, maybe we'll say, okay, come next week, we'll work on this, and you'll need 3 appointments, and then you're gonna have a good program to do on your own. Very case dependent.
Okay, cool. And at Elite Sports Injury, sure, you help out athletes who are very skilled in their field. Field? Athletes? Field? That's okay.
Got it.
But you can also help out just the everyday sort of person too. So let's say at my job, I'm stuck behind a desk or maybe driving a truck. I don't get to move a whole lot. That could be very common for a bunch of people. You can come up with an exercise routine that's going to help them out, right?
Right. I mean, the problem with sitting at a desk all day or just doing the same movements all the time over and over again is your body gets kind of stuck together. And what we want is every segment of your body, let's say upper back, lower back, hips, to move independently of each other. And if you're sitting down at a desk all day, things get locked together. And when things get locked together, they get compressed, and lots of that compressive force is maybe where that wear and tear and degeneration can come from in your body. So we're trying to lengthen things, get things moving independently of each other so that things are safer exercise-wise or work-wise.
So what is an exercise that you would help me learn about if I was having that problem?
So one of the best exercises is called a hip hinge.
Okay.
So really what we're going to do is we're going to stand tall, and we're basically moving those hips backwards on that spine and then coming forwards with those hips. So it's all hips moving around a stable spine. And this is great because then it turns into a deadlift or a single leg deadlift or even a single arm deadlift. So it's those hips coming back and those hips coming forward.
Gotcha. So that same motion, I get comfortable with it without weight, and then I can start doing a bunch of different exercises.
Exactly, and it can be for all levels.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got that one taken care of. Any other exercise I can try out?
Something called the Turkish get-up, which it's amazing because it really goes through all what we call primitive movement patterns. So we start in a lying down position, we roll. You have to lift, well, first actually we might do it with a shoe on the hand because that works on things getting stable. But Ricky's using a kettlebell and really has to control that kettlebell and control that bottom arm as he's moving through the lower body. And so he's coming into that kneeling position, he comes into standing. So really going through almost all those phases that a baby would go through, from just being born to rolling over to sitting up to getting into a kneeling position to standing.
Some really helpful stuff, and interesting to see the way you sort of break down these exercises in terms of what I need to do based on my day-to-day routine. Thanks a lot, Leah.
My pleasure.
Now, if you want more information about Elite Sports Injury, how you can get in touch with them and what they can do for you, just go to the BT website at breakfasttelevision.ca because we have the information there so that you can connect with them. We're going to take a little break and catch up with you later this morning on City.
Show you all the